Hello and welcome to the Forward Podcast. This is Carrie, your host, and I'm here with. I was going to say something else, and then I was like, better stick with the tradition.
Oh, the tradition. That's a new
The
word.
tradition. The traditional
Oh,
greeting.
my word. That's a brand new word. I'm loving that. I'm just going to go with the tradition. Just stay with the old. We're the old
paths.
school. Oh, no. Not the old paths. We're
The old-
tradition. Oh, my word. That's great. Well, I am Thomas Shepard, the co-host with my wife, Carrie. And tonight, y'all, it has been an absolutely crazy night. We're kind of talking about the direction we wanted to go, and we've been telling so many stories we got to laughing ourselves.
And we still don't know what we're
No, I'm almost totally worn
what
out.
direction we're going.
We literally are going to call this episode, and when I say the words, I want you to think about it. Just think out loud exactly what comes to your mind, but we're going to call this episode Why So Serious?
Dun, dun, dun.
So what came to your mind? All the reprobates out there are thinking of the Batman movie, Why So Serious?
Yes.
And who was it, Joker?
That wasn't the name of the movie, though.
No, but Joker said it.
Joker said
and
it.
then, I don't know, probably about 15 years ago, every millennial was walking around, why so serious? So as soon as I said, why don't we call it Why So Serious? We're like, should we
I
not?
was all for it.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's good. But it's going to be our topic for this evening.
Mhm.
And really want to tell you this, if you're kind of tuning in, and like over the last couple episodes, we've been getting pretty serious about what we've been talking about and heading in good directions, had incredible feedback. But I don't know, we felt like maybe this week just make it a little bit more lighthearted and kind of talk about why are people so serious, and especially in the Christian realm today. We've almost forgotten how to laugh. And so Carrie's going to teach you how to laugh
That's
tonight.
so true.
Go ahead, honey.
Start with
Take
being
it from here.
Start with being easily amused. That will get you far.
A long way for sure.
Lower your standards for amusement, and you're halfway there. No, I do feel like, though, a lot of times middle age, and I think maybe this is why this topic has come up for us, is because we're kind of in the middle age of life where you do kind of feel the burden of, parenting and providing and all of that. And we have felt like our contemporaries, everyone's in a very serious stage. And we've gotten comments lately in the last couple years of that we seem a little more lighthearted. And even talking about the podcast, people are saying, you guys laugh so much, you're always cracking up. And so we were just chatting today. It's just something we need to talk about. Like, why do we have so much fun? and how do we kind of stay in that headspace? And we hope that it's a blessing to you, and we hope it kind of helps you to relax mentally a little bit. Not that life isn't sobering and serious at times, and that's okay to have those times, but also, like, how can we kind of stay lighthearted and joyful and just having fun?
Yeah.
Life is fun.
So let me go spiritual, and then we'll kind of go a little bit more application. But I do believe that people forget that our Savior was a very joyful person. People really love to be around Jesus. They love to be around his teaching. It was so different. Obviously, he was a healer, but there is no doubt Jesus had absolute joy. And who's going to give up your entire life to follow somebody you don't know? But there is a lighthearted part of our Savior that I think people just skip over. They love the judgment. They love him coming down hard on people. But Jesus was full of love, joy, compassion. He showed his emotions many times by crying, by driving out the money changers in the temple, by allowing others to be around him. And so he was a very emotional Savior, which is wonderful. I think in Christianity, oftentimes, Carrie, it really does. People do forget, like, it is okay to laugh and to have fun and to be around other people that are the same way and enjoy the company of people who love to smile and
Yeah.
laugh. And so as people write into us, it's not like, oh, we just do this at midnight and so that we're in a slap happy mood. We really do care, laugh a lot.
We do. We
And
have a good
um,
time. We just think a lot of stuff is funny. And so we like kind of bouncing those, humorous situations off each other. And I feel like our home in general is kind of
yes.
a fun,
Oh,
lighthearted
absolutely.
place.
Well, the atmosphere, I think for everyone, set an atmosphere
Yeah.
that is fun, joyful, be able to laugh, and people will automatically be drawn to that.
Yeah.
I am drawn to personalities that love ministry.
Hmm.
Why? Because I love ministry. So I'm
Yeah.
drawn to those people that love to laugh about ministry and have a great time in ministry. And so those that are just down and out, ministry's hard, it's boring, and everybody's so mean. I always get bad emails. I'm not really drawn to those people a lot. I do love I know there's that side as well, but I do love people who just love to have a good time.
Yeah. I was talking with a friend today at church and he was saying, I'm excited for fall and we're, kind of excited for all the fall stuff coming out or whatever. But then we were both saying we're kind of hanging on to the last of summer too. And just walking up to choir and having a conversation about the seasons changing. And we were laughing about, we're wearing like fallish colors because we're excited. But at the same time, we were excited to go home and like sit in the sun and have more and just little like meaningless conversations about just the good things in life.
Yeah.
And like it was just fun. We walked up to choir and we were both laughing and having a good happy time about, something as silly as seasons. But I think sometimes we get so serious in life and we get
Mhm.
so concentrated on, we're so important and everything that we do is so important. And in the end, it's like, I mean, we gotta lighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
We have to have fun and just enjoy little things that, maybe we just typically take for granted.
Right. So the first, I think, kind of our first group that we want to talk about is having fun with your spouse.
Hmm.
And for Carrie and I, we love having fun, but there's been a lot of stories in our life that truly we look back on and we still laugh about these situations or circumstances that have affected us in a funny way, and we don't even mind sharing those with other people, because I think some people look at us, they're like, they're pastors and a pastor wife, they've been in ministry for 18 years, and they have a podcast, this, that. Look, we are human just like everybody else, and we love to laugh like everybody else,
Yeah.
especially at ourselves. And what's the story, Carrie, that you feel like over the last couple of years we've shared with others, and or that
Ugh,
has made just you and I
I'm
personally laugh?
already like getting laugh tears because I knew once we started talking about our stories, I would think of like 10 million. One of my favorite stories.
Wait, it can't be too personal, okay? Let's not get too
I'll
personal.
edit it.
Okay, there you go.
Edit
Good,
it for
good.
the
Let's give a
public.
PG version.
There's a few people out there that know the whole thing though. Okay, do you remember the skiing story?
Oh, no. I do
One of the
remember this
most
one.
embarrassing times in my life. So we were in West Virginia and we skied every winter.
Yeah, you definitely have to
Um,
tone this one down. Give the right version of this.
I have to
It is a Christian
I
podcast,
have
so
to get a control on myself. I start laughing so hard. We're skiing and we always go with friends who had a son Tommy's age. And so it was the four of us and then our two boys. So we're going to get on the ski lift and
oh goodness.
it's in my mic. I cannot take this story. I haven't thought about it in a while. And Thomas and Tommy are in front of me, and I'm going to let them go, and then I'm going to go behind them. So they're standing there waiting for their chair to come around, and I skied up behind y'all.
Yeah, skid right past us.
My ski got stuck underneath their skis. And it like threw me off balance because I was moving and then my ski gets stuck and I just like lurch forward, like the momentum was carrying me and my skis stopped and I didn't. And I like fall completely off my skis, out of my boots even. That's how hard like I hit them. And I just fly out of my ski boots. And it was like linebacker style. I fall right into this worker that was like manning the ski lift. And I like took him out. I mean, I just like
When I say plowed into him, like she goes
I,
right past us, skis go flying everywhere, and she knocks this poor man over.
but my skis were like stuck under your skis and my poles flew out of my hands. And I just took that poor man straight out. Oh my word. And his face, his shock
Yeah.
was like,
What did he say that we laughed forever
oh,
about?
I cannot remember.
Well,
I
bless
was
your heart or
so
something.
embarrassed
Oh man.
because it wasn't like I was being pushed or I was going fast. Like I literally just skied up to sit in the chairlift and I was so
Went
terrible.
flying.
Oh my word. That was
I
one of the
did-
hardest I have ever laughed.
Yeah.
Like I was crying. I was laughing so hard and I was so embarrassed. And
Well-
then you're just staring at me like, what are you doing? He had to stop the lift.
Oh yeah,
and
we're there
help me
forever.
up.
We're there forever, like waiting, like okay, like, get yourself together. I look at Tommy. I was like, pretend like we don't know her. Okay, just sit down, son. Let's go.
Oh my word. That was so embarrassing.
I remember one time in our family there again in West Virginia, we had just had Tommy, and Tommy is probably 9 months old, 10 months old, and he was sleeping in the bed with us. And I don't
He
know
was
what.
in the middle of us.
Yeah, I don't know what got into him,
A dream
but
or something.
he woke up screaming in the middle of the night. I'm in a deep sleep, like I'm in a REM sleep, and he wakes up screaming. And I don't know what it was, but it scared me.
And it wasn't
to
a baby
death.
cry. It wasn't
No.
like, wah. It was like, ah. Like he was just
flat out
freaking out.
Something was in the room, and I jumped straight out of bed thinking somebody is in our
We
room.
both woke up at the same time and we both thought, I don't know why we both thought someone was in the room.
Literally.
Why we
I don't
jumped
know.
to that conclusion.
I went to warrior mode immediately. Like I am Jackie Chan back in the day.
So I turn on the light. Tommy's screaming. Thomas is screaming. I roll over and flip on the lamp, and Tommy is laying in bed with like terror on his face, and then Thomas is spinning around the room, punching
Oh,
the
literally,
air,
just
like,
fighting no one.
fighting-
Casper the Friendly Ghost. I was taking him on, winning, just screaming, "What?
And
What?"
There's nobody in the room, and you're just
Oh
fighting.
man,
nothing.
nobody. Fighting nobody. I do remember, like,
Oh my word!
finally turn on the light. You turn on a lamp, and I'm punching the air, and like finally I woke up enough to know, like, I
Oh.
look like an idiot. I felt like an idiot,
And then
we just stare at each other,
crying.
and we start laughing. Do you remember how long we'd laughed
word.
for? I mean, forever.
Yeah.
Like,
And then we wanted to
just
kill
laughing.
Tommy because we're like, what?
"Yeah, what is wrong with you,
Why
son?
are you
Demon
screaming?"
possessed, like what, screams in the middle of the night." Anyways, what
Oh.
I'm getting at is these are the kind of moments, and we have thousands
I
of
know.
these
We
stories.
need to like write them all down. So
We
don't forget.
probably should, so that we will remember them.
Yeah.
But have these in your own family where you can go back,
Yeah.
talk about, and even though it's embarrassing, like Carrie plowing into this man. And actually, if you want to know the whole real story, email me later. I'll tell you. It's a little bit more embarrassing than you think, but we're being nice
For
and
my
friendly.
dignity's
And
sake.
yes, but then also be able to laugh at yourselves.
Yeah.
I think, Carrie, honestly, the world that we live in, sometimes we actually take ourselves a little too serious.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean or harsh to anyone, but I think we kind of get to this mode where we believe we are more important than we actually are.
Oh my word. Yes.
It's like I have to keep up this name and this recognition, and even in ministry sometimes, and my staff will tell you this quickly, but I try to stop and talk to everyone I can. I try to make the office very lighthearted,
Mhm.
like to talk to people, and sometimes it's maybe not in our staff, but with other people you try to talk to, and it's just this very prim and proper and good, great, good, and God's good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine, and I understand it. But there's moments too where it's like, hey, like lighten up.
Yeah.
It's ministry. We're doing God's work. Like we get to have fun and
Yeah.
enjoy each other. And I think we've kind of been fed this lie that in the circle that Carrie and I minister to, that life has got to be just put together and type A, and everybody has perfect families and perfect marriages and perfect kids and perfect life and perfect worship. And with that comes this very dull, dry,
Yes.
boring, and I'm just going to say it, very selfish living,
Yeah.
to where it's like, relax a little bit. It's okay. People always say, let your hair down. I don't think we say that anymore. But you know what? Honestly, like just be real for a little
Yeah.
bit. And life doesn't have to be so serious that we can't enjoy the enjoyment and the peace and the unity and the
Yeah.
harmony and the laughing and the, hey, I'm not perfect. And
Yeah.
it's so funny because I feel like we can always make fun of others, but we can't make fun of ourselves. And if you can't make fun of yourself and
If you
realize,
can't laugh at yourself,
look,
you
you're
are
going to be in
in,
trouble,
yeah, you
big
are in
trouble.
for a sad life.
And again, it's always the people who are so like, oh, I never make a mistake, and everything's perfect. I could cook perfect. I
They're
could
so
work
worried
perfect, and
about
I
their
could. They
reputation.
really are, but they're great at jumping on everybody else's mistakes.
Yeah.
Those are the type of people that will walk through line and you made a mistake, in your sermon and you're preaching, but boy, they're the first ones to point out, you said this way, and it's actually this way. It's like, yes, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Um, I think we've just in Christianity got to this place where it's, we believe everything has to be perfect, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
You actually can have a lot of enjoyment in life,
Mm-hmm.
realizing that don't take yourself so serious.
Yeah.
Like we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
We all laugh. We all have those moments where our skis go flying. We all have those moments where we made a mistake thinking somebody's in the room in the middle of the night and we're punching the air because of our 9-month-old screaming. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay to look back and laugh at those things.
And it's okay to share those moments with people.
Right.
I think so many times people live out, their humanity in their home, but then when they're speaking, to their social circles or they're, having friendships, they fail to be vulnerable.
Yes.
They fail to be open to the point of looking silly.
Right.
And
right.
that's just never been, I've never had that problem.
Yeah.
I've never had that hang up. Like, I don't care if people think I'm silly. Sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm serious, but we're humans and we're supposed to have the complexity of a variety of emotions and a
Right.
variety of instances in our life. And sometimes they're silly and funny, and sometimes they're deeply spiritual, and it's okay. And in fact, it's beneficial to be both.
Yes.
To constantly have this mindset that everything has to be over spiritualized and over thought and dissected. That's exhausting.
Right.
You
Right.
have to have the lightheartedness of fun. And I think about our trip to Puerto Rico, and
Oh, yeah.
we had so many moments there with our seniors from our Christian school. And we were talking about them the other day at a basketball or at a volleyball game at school. And I was talking to one of our seniors and saying, hey, remember when we were jumping
Yeah.
off this, rock and into the ocean, and just laughing about a few minor injuries and this. And we just had so much fun reminiscing about that trip.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And they loved talking about it.
and I looked silly, and they looked silly in some of the stories, but it drew us closer.
Yes.
And we'll always have those bonds of like these fun, goofy, silly moments, of getting our car stuck in the middle of the road, and it was pouring rain and we couldn't move the car, and just different things like that. And it's so important. I think it makes the Christian life, and just life in general, even if you're not a believer and you're listening to this podcast, lighten up. But
Right.
even in our Christian lives, to have that fun and to show that joy
Yeah.
is really important.
So here's what we're gonna do. This is probably not gonna be a super long episode, but we do want to give a couple tips of just not being so serious and actually enjoying and loving life.
Mhm.
I think one of those things is start surrounding yourself with not just people you might talk about that carry a little bit, but actually we digest a lot of things that are negative.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no one, everyone who's talking about politics right now, I get it. We're heading into November and it's a big deal for our country. But when we're only digesting things that are lean that way, politics, the end of the world, how expensive things are, um, even the book of Revelation and sometimes prophecy, and it's good and great. And I love all those things. Love politics. Praise the Lord for our country that we live in. But I think at times our conversations are so dark or they're so deep or there's no enjoyment that it does bring us down. There are moments because I'm in ministry all the time and all my friends are, why are you daydreaming? What are you looking at too?
That wall.
Okay, well, you need to tune into
I
what I'm
need to
saying
move
here.
those
Have fun for
pictures
a minute.
around. Sorry.
We're not moving pictures, okay?
Okay.
All right,
I'm
good.
back.
Got you back. Okay,
Politics.
thank you. So we get so worried about moving pictures around. Like, leave the
Not
pictures
worried
alone.
about it.
And then I gotta
Just
get out a hammer
noticed it.
and nails, and then we gotta
I'll
repair
do it.
we gotta patch the wall, and
Just kidding. I won't do it.
no,
not
you will
patching
not
the
do it. So that we forget, hey, sometimes it is okay to get together with people. And again, I'm in ministry all the time. So there are moments that I get together with people and I think they just believe, oh, it's pastor. So I want to talk about end times and prophecy. And did you see what this politician did and how wicked America is? And you know what? Honestly, sometimes I just want to have fun. Like I want to talk about, it's okay to talk about, well, what are you reading lately? Well, I'm reading the world's coming to an end. America's apocalypse. Okay. But what are you reading that's like lighthearted or even for us? What kind of show you watching lately? Like it's okay. Football's on right now. Football started this past week and college football. I'm okay talking about things that are lighthearted. I think,
joy.
yeah, that's
College
not gonna.
football.
Yeah. You are a Debbie Downer woman. Back off college football for a little bit.
I don't like football, but that's okay. I'll talk about it with you.
You know what, Carrie?
He's saying all these things to me. You don't like when I talk about my apocalyptic book. I read a book series.
Because to me,
and I'm like, we need to prep for the end of the world.
I'm like, I've already read the Bible through probably 30 times. I don't need another apocalyptic book to tell me how it all ends. I know how it ends.
And you need to read it so we can be prepared. But that's besides the point.
Gary's talking to me here lately about what do they drop in these books?
An EMP.
An EMP.
It's an electromagnetic
Ooh,
pulse.
and boy, I heard all about it the other day. Like, we need to buy a bag and put all of our electronics in it. And like,
you're going to be sorry. And then we won't have any fun because we won't have any electricity.
If the electricity goes, we seriously are in big trouble.
I know.
Because we have probably 3 candles in our whole house. And they're smell good candles. Oh, can you imagine how dull the world would be without college football?
I will tell you it is wonderful because it does not exist in my world.
Yeah, you'll be just fine right there.
I've made it this far.
Oh, my word. Anyway, so for me, hey, you know what? Sometimes turn the conversation when you get together with people and or even in your personal life. Start doing some things that are a little bit more fun.
Yes.
Like lighten up
Play
a little
some
bit.
games. We sat out tonight on the back porch and just chatted with Jeff and Katie.
That was so fun.
Yeah, just lighthearted. We talked
laughing at our kids.
Yeah, laughing at the kids running around. It was fun. Just hanging out with fun friends.
Yeah.
And then
so what's another one?
Another one is, and this is something that's been resonating with me and some of the ladies of the ministry lately is stop always working on yourself. And I know that sounds like, what? What are you saying? I know. Like we definitely, keep up your quiet time with the Lord and your devotions, obviously. But as far as like, I got in this point where I was constantly reading self-help books. Like, I need to read a parenting book. And once people find out you're a reader, then it's like all these suggestions. Like, have you read, this woman's book? Have you read this lady's book? Have you read this devotional? And after a while, it does the opposite. Like you get depressed because it's like, I cannot metabolize
Right.
all of these changes that I need to make. Nothing's good enough.
It's
I'm not good enough.
great advice, Karen.
And after a while, it just gets down. And so I have a friend at church that we both love to read and a lot of fiction. And so I decided to do a rotation. I'm going to do a fun book that gets my mind off of my shortcomings and just enjoy myself. I want to enjoy reading again, not pick up a book and think, oh, I got to fix all this stuff about me, right?
Right.
And so I'm not saying you have to do that. That's what's worked for me. And I enjoy reading again. And once in a while, I'll pick up a book that's, focuses on something I can fix. But don't make everything about improvement. And that's such an American mindset. Instead of enjoying what we have, enjoying the fruits of our labor, coming home and okay, you don't have the best house in the world. Thank God we have a home.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank the Lord we have food. Okay, it's not, this or that, but enjoying what we have, we have to constantly be striving for more and better and bigger. And there's nothing wrong with drive and passion, but sometimes you've got to sit down and enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Enjoy the back porch. Enjoy the kids, enjoy what you have in the moment. And I think that's been this year for me, has been like, look around. And it's hard as women, especially at this age. I'm not to the stage yet of, an empty nest. And so improvements and training are constantly in my mind. I'm even looking at my house thinking, oh, I should move that picture here or there. That's okay.
That picture is fine, by the way.
I know.
It's
I'll
beautiful.
leave it.
Looks good.
But I'm enjoying it right now in the moment. I'm going to switch my mindset and enjoy my pictures where they're at. But it does. It's hard, but you have to make yourself sit back and say, you know what? I've got a whole list of things I could do tomorrow, but we're going to take a day with the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to have a family fun day.
And let me weigh in there because I didn't know you were going to say this, but actually as soon as you said it, I'm like, what? But Care, that is so good. Because I think what it does is it messes with our identity when we are always working on ourselves.
Yeah.
Constantly. Look, again, Carrie, you said it. There's got to be a balance. We are new creatures. We're saved. We're born again. I believe that we are constantly growing, or we ought to be growing. The problem with constantly always working on ourselves is I think we begin to lose our identity in who we are. We become very dissatisfied with who we are because we can never attain what this author is saying. We can never attain what this podcaster is saying. We can never this TED Talk, and I got to work on this. And what I think it just kind of breeds this I'm not content with who I am or what I have, because I have to live in this Instagram world with every influencer that has this filter on, and I'll never be this person. And so again, find your identity in the Lord Jesus Christ and be okay with that.
Yeah.
And again, it comes back to if you just want joy and have fun and to be able to laugh, you have to realize you're never going to be the perfect person.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to laugh at yourself and to have those moments that, yes, you're growing and you're working, but then again, back off at times too.
And I feel like even in our health, in the last several months, you and I have found a balance of fun and our health journey. We love to focus on our health and walk, and I work out and eat well. But we did get a little obsessive there to the point that I became negative about my body.
Yeah.
Like every time I was trying an outfit or something, I caught myself saying in front of the kids, like, oh, I don't like this about myself, or I'm so this, or I'm so that, and stating extremes. I'm so fat, or I'm just too short. I'm not proportioned correctly. And I'm saying these, I did say these extreme things. And then I'm like, that is so ridiculous. Like people have real problems in the world. So, I'm unsatisfied with my body. Congratulations, American. So is everyone else. We kind of got to that point this year where I said, I'm still going to work out. I love my workouts. I have some protein powder in there. I like my shakes and the stuff I make, but it's got to be fun. Yeah. It's got to be, thank you, Lord, that I can walk. Thank you that I can move. Thank you that, I have a body. Like some people are
And your
living with,
proportion, fine.
well,
Like,
I
I
could
like
go
your
on
height.
about that, but I won't.
Her height is fine. You've always been like, I'm too short. You're not. You're
Not to
perfect.
be taller.
You're perfect. No.
Thank you, babe. But and now we have kind of crossed over into being so critical of our, health and our journey that now we're like, okay, we got to make it fun,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna go hike with the kids, or I bought a little trampoline for me and a couple of the girls. We like to
Yeah.
get on the trampoline, just stuff like that. Like it's not gonna be stressful. And I love that you said
Right.
it's a selfish way to live.
Yeah.
When
It
you're
is.
obsessed with yourself, and even in self improvement, it's still selfish.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that balance of, yeah, sure, work on yourself, but it needs to be fun. It
Yeah.
needs to
That's
be
right.
lighthearted and,
That's
and
right.
and to be joyful.
Yeah. I love it. So let's say this, Kara, too. Um, Ministry is ministry. We live the gospel. Um, I think there were some circles of religions out there that made us very scared of allowing the joy of the Lord to flow through us. We forgot how to have fun.
Yeah.
Everything, and this is not wrong. I'm not getting on anybody. Do your ministry, do your thing. But we did make ministry very religious, stringent, dull, boring, stagnant.
Yeah.
It came to this point where it's like, okay, we want to get together, but when we get together, we'll have fun for like 3 minutes. Then we need an hour-long Bible
We
study,
have to have a devotional.
prayer. Then everybody leave, and everybody, once again, it's this.
We're not good enough.
We
We're
missed,
not spiritual enough.
right. We missed our opportunity. I feel like many times just to have fun and enjoy each other,
Yeah.
fellowship. Acts talks about, look, there was a lot of fellowship in the early churches that took place, house
Yeah.
to house, and there they were. Yes, they were growing. Yes, they were in the Word. Yes, they were baptizing. Yes, they were discipling. But there was also real, genuine fellowship of being around each
Yeah.
other. And so,
Eating
how
together.
do you think we have tried to incorporate? Well, yeah, as Baptists, we have not had a problem with eating, but we had
We
that
got-
one down.
Got that one down. Nailed
So-
that one down.
You're like eating. No more eating.
Most of us can stop eating.
Let's stop eating. No, let's but tell us a little bit, what have we tried to do in ministry that we've tried to incorporate some fun in the ministry again?
A couple things that spring to mind are staying after church, hanging out after church, where it's not centered around any specific activity. You're there, people are already there. Instead of rushing out the door and moving on to your life, you get to sit around in the chairs or hang out in the gym and hang out, just be together and spend time getting to know one another and talking about things that are of common interest. Another one is the ladies and I'll schedule ladies things sometimes, and we do a Bible study once in a while, and we have a book study occasionally. But like this last ladies activity was, we all just went out to dinner, went to Red Robin, and it was like 32 of us, I think, and we just had dinner, and that's it. Nobody gave a devotional. We didn't invite a guest speaker. We didn't have a book study. We didn't have a Bible study. We literally just ate dinner and talked and laughed. And then we went home. And it was, it's like now every baby shower, every wedding shower, every time anybody does anything, we have to make it church. And nothing wrong with church, nothing wrong with any of that. But it's okay to just laugh and have fellowship and not have to put the pressure on yourself to be a certain way. And so fellowship after church, just again, going out to dinner, no agenda, nothing on the rule book, just hanging out together. That can be so fun. And then just texting. Another way we have fun and lightheartedness is, I have church ladies text me jokes and memes from Instagram. Probably every day I get one from someone, but they're all ladies in the church that, because of how open and vulnerable I am about, my life and my goofiness and my stories, they have started to learn me and learn the things that make me laugh. And I get some of the funniest memes, and I love it. I love that they know me on that level and that they know they can send me, funny jokes or things like that, and that I'm going to be, cracking up. And so that's been such a fun part of joining this ministry is how we all just text each other all the time, the funniest stuff, and it's great.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's enjoying other people, even in our spiritual family, but then our personal family, like even with our kids.
Oh, have
They
fun with
know
your kids.
we love to have fun. We love
Yes.
to laugh. We were in a restaurant. This is about a year and a half ago. Yeah, it's probably been actually over a year. Do
Yeah.
you remember this? And that milkshake spilled.
Oh,
We literally spilled. Somebody was recording too. We're in this restaurant. It's the hardest I've laughed besides a decorative pillow. I don't know if you remember that segment.
decorative pillow. I'm telling that one next.
Yeah, no, but let's not.
Let's do.
One of our kids spilled a milkshake, and Lois has our oldest daughter has this laugh that's super contagious. Like Sushi starts laughing, but this milkshake spilled, and we got to laughing in this restaurant. I could not stop
it's because
laughing.
she spilled the milkshake. Did it get on you, or you barely?
No, it came right at me. I jumped up. Yeah.
The funniest part was that the milkshake spilled, and he acted like someone had shot him. You jumped up.
I did. Shot out of my
so
seat.
fast. Like you were going to be just burned to death by this milkshake.
We need to post that
And then
video.
you hit the table, and we had like 3 other drinks on the table, and
They
you
all
jumped up
shook.
so hard that the table shook, and I thought all these drinks were going over.
Oh,
So then I'm freaking out trying to steady the table. Like, what are you doing?
I am. I started laughing so hard. Have you ever, is your face like froze up? Like I'm having a stroke. I'm laughing so hard.
The most embarrassing
And,
thing was that we were in a Steak and Shake, and
Yes,
there were
that's
only
right.
like 2
That's
other
right.
families, and it was like older
Oh.
people, and we were all laughing
Yes.
so loud. Everybody was staring at
They were
us.
all
And
staring.
we got milkshake all over the floor and the bench.
I went up to refill my drink a little bit later, thinking everybody in this restaurant's going to be so mad. And this older lady came over and she was filling up her drink, and the conversation was so awesome. But she's like, I love seeing people laugh, and your family just seems so fun.
Oh my word.
And I was like, oh, I thought y'all would be mad. I'm so sorry. And I began to tell her the story. And, but again, it's contagious. Like, have fun with your kids, and we'll always have that memory. Number one, we recorded it. Number two, it's fun moments like that.
Yeah.
In ministry and in life, you need those times. And Merry Heart doeth good like medicine.
Yes.
And like Carrie said, with people sending memes. I've got a guy in our church, a man, I love him to death. He's such an encourager. His name's Bruce. And there's probably not a day that does not go by he doesn't send me a meme. Actually, I don't. Bruce, you probably listen to this, but I don't even know where you get these.
It's like
hundreds and hundreds
got
of
the
memes.
secret
And
access file to memes.
and they're not even like consistent. Like they're all over the place, and they're so funny though. I love it. Have people like that in your life for sure.
And if you have kids, you better know how to laugh at a milkshake spilling.
Yes.
Because you are in for a lot of it.
Yeah.
If you can't laugh at a spill, you're going to be mad all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so the decorative pillow thing.
Oh my word.
Let me just get this.
Say this. We got to end.
My husband, we were newly married. I don't think we had kids yet. This was in the first couple of years of our marriage. And I worked at Bed Bath & Beyond in college, and my job was to make all the display beds. And so you just have to arrange them so perfectly. And there was like, in those days, the decorative pillows on a bed, it was like 25 pillows.
This is early 2000s.
And they went in like a V shape. So you start with the big ones and you go down to the smallest one pillows. Anyway, so when we first got married, our bed was like,
hundreds.
it was a lot of pillows because that's what I knew. That was my profession. And so he all like at night, it'd be so weird with what pillows he chose to sleep with. And I was like, why are you sleeping with that pillow? Like, this is not, you have pillows you sleep with and pillows that are just for looks. So we're like throwing all these. He was like, well, there's so many. There's too many pillows. I'm so confused. And so we're laying there, and he like puts 2 like decorative pillows behind him, and then he grabs a normal regular bed pillow with a normal pillowcase on it, and he hands it to me, and he goes, "This is a decorative pillow."
Do you remember?
I'm like, no, it's not.
screamed
This
at me. I was like, "This is a decorative pillow." Like, okay, put this one off the bed. And
like
you're
he
like,
was trying to
"No,
learn
it's not."
and like impress me that he knew that was not the right pillow to sleep with. And I'm like, this is the pillow you sleep with. Like, I don't understand.
So for 18 years now, all I have to say is this is a decorative pillow, and she will
I
lose it.
lost it. I was like, this is a regular pillow.
Sorry, Miss
But-
Bed Bath and Beyond.
But we did have like 25 pillows in the bed. Now, do you notice for years I have had like one decorative pillow?
Yes.
I like stack up
Do
our.
you do that for me?
Yes, because
Aw,
you should not be
that's so sweet.
confused when you go to bed.
I have enough confusion in my life to worry about what's a decorative pillow and what is not a decorative pillow.
And ever since our neck problems, we have to have like 3 bed pillows
Yeah.
each for our necks. So who has time or room for decorative pillows? We need neck pillows.
And what is with, I don't know. I feel like the older I get, the more picky we are with our pillows. Like, if it's not perfect, chiropractors just make millions of dollars off of millennials having
Yes.
to have the
Our-
right pillows or our necks go out.
Well, every night this has become routine too. We say goodnight. We lay down and he goes,
What?
"You have my pillow." And I'm like, "No, I don't." "Yes, you do. You have my pillow." And I'll just sit up and say, "Take whatever pillow you want, babe." And the next night, somehow I have it again. "You have my
Y'all,
pillow."
My poor wife. She takes my pillow
Every night.
every night.
Somehow.
That or like I am Cain looking at Abel, and I am so jealous because she's just perfectly sleeping and my neck hurts. But it's true. I feel like you do steal my pillow.
How do I I don't understand this. Every night I have his
Just
pillow.
want your pillow.
So
Oh,
when I
my
make
word.
the bed, I switch our pillows.
Every night.
Every night. That's
Yeah.
what happens.
One day when
I
we
don't
stand
know.
before the Lord, I'm gonna say, Lord, I have one question. Did my wife steal my pillow every night? Hey, here's
Oh,
where we're gonna
my.
end this. Is this? Y'all have fun.
Yes.
Let's. Why so serious? Like, come
Enjoy
on. Let's
life.
enjoy life and
Enjoy
each
each
other.
other.
And yeah,
Aw.
come on X and Facebook and Instagram. It doesn't have to be all politics
No.
and God's judgment and the world's coming to an end. Enjoy each other. Have fun.
Yes.
Enjoy your marriages.
Be open. Be open with your friends. Be
Yeah.
vulnerable with your family. Tell your funny stories. It might not be the funniest in the world. Who cares?
Yeah.
Tell your stories. Make memories. Go outside your box and hang out with friends that maybe you think, oh, this is, this will be awkward or whatever. Try it. Try it out. Find those people that make you laugh. Go to a game night. Invite someone over. But enjoy life.
Yep.
Enjoy the good gifts that God has given us.
Yeah. And all the pastors that tune in, listen, youth pastors, pastors' wives, just make ministry enjoyable.
Yes.
Have a blast in ministry. Like, it's already got such a dark, negative side that I think we're scaring the next generation that nobody wants to be in ministry, but it actually can be a blast. It can be a lot of fun, but surround yourself with those people who just are lighthearted, love Jesus, love life, love their spouse.
Yeah.
Enjoy the moments that even sometimes you can just get out there and laugh at yourself. I'm telling you, these are the tips for this week. Put them into use, and you are truly going to really start enjoying life.
Absolutely. Have a good week.